So, hello. I had a visitor today. It's my cousin. And we were just sitting here just conversing. And I just wanted to ask him a few questions and just jump into his life real quick because everybody kind of like in mine. So, it's his turn to answer a couple of questions for me since I haven't had the time to sit down with him and just vibe off a little bit. And my first question for him, now we grew up together, don't get me wrong. This is my cousin for life, first cousins, parents, sister, brother, sisters and stuff like that. So for me, this is a very important question because I grew up with him with his name being something else. And then I'll let him answer my questions and maybe that'll give you guys some insight on why I'm asking what I'm asking. All right. Hold on one second, y'all. Hey, cousin.
Hey, what's up, cousin?
Not much. But look, I'm throwing him in this real quick. I just wanted to ask him a few questions. I just wanted to know, like, we grew up together, and we went through a lot together.
Absolutely.
And through trials and tribulations, you were gone. I was still here. But one question that it kind of sat on me is just to ask, what was the purpose of changing your name?
Absolutely. And it's a great question. And I'm glad that you asked that question to give me the opportunity, to like answer it to the best of my ability. Um, First, I would start by saying this. I live by this principle that goes, nothing changes if nothing changes. And as you know, I had a troubled childhood.
Well,
You
what does
were,
that mean? I'm sorry.
what that means when I say nothing changes if nothing changes. For instance, what this means is you heard the old adage that goes, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result.
Absolutely.
So until you start doing something different, the result or the consequences of those actions aren't going to change.
Okay.
So when I say nothing changes, if nothing changes, what that means is if I don't change something about myself, then what I receive in life is not going to change.
Okay, I understand that. But
Okay.
why change your name? What's the significance of that?
Because nothing changes if nothing changes.
Okay.
So with me, everything that I did, that I'm not going to say everything, but a lot of the negative consequences of actions that I received was attached to the names that I had. Now, I'm not saying that the name is the reason why, but my old name, there wasn't a meaning to it.
Okay.
And I believe that titles are a direct result on how we view ourselves. So if I have a title on me that has no meaning, then therefore what I'm attributing myself to is something that's void of substance and content.
Okay.
So
Hmm.
this is the simple answer to the question. I wanted to place a label on me that I could live up to. Not only did my name that I had growing up, not only did it not have a meaning, I'm not necessarily in opposition of the name. It's not evil. I love my family. You know that because I'm a
Yeah,
family guy.
absolutely.
But the reality is, for me, this is a choice that I made. The name, it has no meaning. So, also, I was known by other names in the street as a thug, a go hard dude, trained to go, so on and so forth,
Yeah.
killer. All of these different things that after I received the consequence of living down to those titles is something that I didn't want no more.
Yeah. Okay.
So what I mean by living down to those titles, all of those titles, thug, trained to go, killer, even the names that I had, my birth name that has no meaning to it, those were titles and names that I could only live down to. I couldn't live up to,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So, and what do I mean by living down to them? If you allow people to attribute you or attribute to you as being a killer or trained to go, okay, all of that is good in the street, but there's no positive consequence of those labels. So if you try to live up to those labels, the reality is that you're living down to those labels because it's only going to lead to you being in a grave or locked down in a prison cell.
Absolutely.
You feel me?
I agree
So
with that.
nothing changes if nothing changes. So when I changed my name to Azim Shakur Majid. Azim means mighty. right? It means great. Shakur means appreciative. So let me back up. When I say Azim, I wanted a name that's going to allow me to live up to something. See, this is the reality. When we come out of the womb and when we start growing, we're not automatically just great, right? When people sit up here and say that, listen, you are just simply great already. You're great and you're the greatest. It's like there's no room for growth.
Yeah.
Right? So the reality is that you have a potential to be great if you nourish that greatness, right? If you cultivate it, those skills and gifts and qualities and characteristics that you have, then you have the potential to evolve into that level of greatness.
Yeah. Okay.
So I put that
Makes
label
sense.
on me, Azim. Yeah, you feel me? Azim, greatness. I wanted to be great at each and every single thing that I set out to do. And if you look at my life, you can see I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. I try to perfect and be great at whatever it is that I do.
Mm-hmm.
Even in my explaining myself to you right now, I want to make sure that I do it in a great manner, in a way that's going to aid and assist you in comprehending or understanding what I'm saying in the best of, manners.
And I'm gonna say this. Let me switch back to me, y'all,
Yeah.
real quick. I'm actually happy that he actually explained that to me because I never knew. But I'm happier that he explained it to me now that I have a son that I'm going through some things with. And his father gave him a name that I chose not to give him. And after the fact, my son is 8 years old. And his father actually gave him the name Jaffe, which means leader. And I did not know that at the time that that he wanted me to give it to him. But at the same time, I guess the bitterness set in and I named him what I was going to name him, despite of what he was trying to do. Mm-hmm. And now that I know what the name actually means, I wish that I would have changed my son's name to that or gave him that name from the beginning.
Absolutely.
So now I kind of understand where you're coming from. So it makes a little more sense to me to say that now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And this is what it's about. Actually placing these labels on us. How you doing? You all right? My little cousin, y'all. So this is what it's about, placing these labels on each other that we can live up to. So to continue with my point, my middle name is Shakur. That means appreciative or grateful. So it's easy to be grateful for big things that happen in your life. But that's Shakir, right? Shakir means to be grateful for the big things. But the small things is Shakur. So meaning if you drop something on the ground and somebody walk over and pick it up and give it to you and you didn't know it, you say thank you. Mm-hmm. Right? This is something small, but I strive to be that type of people to appreciate all the little things because these are the things that go unnoticed. And if they go unnoticed for so long, then it can be a mountain and it can crumble and crush you as a consequence. Mm-hmm. So this is why if you notice when you interact with me, I'm a very emotive type of individual. I express my gratitude for people in my life. I'm very appreciative. So the third name that I gave myself is Majid. Majid, isn't it? Majid, it means illustrious. It means glorious. It means to be distinguished. I want to distinguish myself. I want to separate myself from the race. That's why I say I'm always in my own lane. Mm-hmm. Right? I'm never in anybody's way. If a person say, man, you in the way, no, I'm not in the way. Right? You just in the wrong lane. You just can't get past me. That's why you upset. This is the reality. So I try to stay in my own lane and to distinguish myself, right? But I try to do it in the best possible ways. Now, when I was coming up, I was known for bad things, crimes that I committed. I promised myself that one day I would be known for something good and great. And this is what I do. Each and every day I live my life trying to live up to those names, Azim, Shakur, Majid. But I want to digress for a moment. Going back to what you were just saying, Cuzzo, about these names, how important it is. I believe by this principle that I never accept anything that I deem myself unworthy of receiving. I don't even allow people to call me names, right? Or put labels on me that I'm not, right? And here's what I mean by that. If you choose to call me an Nigga or whatever, you can do that from a distance, but you're not going to do that in my face because I'm not that.
Yeah.
I'm not an Nigga, right? I'm not a Bitch. I'm none of that. You're going to call me by my name. I'm a grown man. What type of man am I? I'm an honorable man. I'm a good man. I'm a strong man. right? So, and I want to conclude with this particular point right here, Cuzzo, to show the importance of labels, right? Labels can either give you life or kill you. Once I was at Nottoway Correctional Center, and it was a guy that kept on calling me, NIGGA, and I told him, I said, listen, and I'm the imam, I'm like, listen, bro, let me talk to you. Please stop calling me that. My name is Azim. Or call me Majid, or call me Ak, or call me brother. Call me something, call me man. Whatever it is, but don't call me something that I don't identify with, right? No, he said, man, N-I-G-G-A, N-I-G-G-A-Z, that means sag and spelled backwards or something he was saying. N-I-G-G-A-S, it means sag. I didn't even get it, right?
Oh, yeah.
I got it, but I didn't get it.
Yeah.
But I say, whatever you say that it means, he said, no, we took something positive, negative and made it positive. Oh, no, you done that, right? What I'm saying is, if that's cool, I'm not telling you not to say that out of your mouth. I'm not telling you not to identify with that. I'm telling you that I am not that. So if you're going to deal with me, call me by names that I placed upon myself or something that's honorable, because I'm not a dishonorable individual.
Yeah.
So he was like, man, I said, listen, this is all I'm saying to you, bro. Don't disrespect me like that. So he walked away. The second time he done it, I talked to him again. I say, dude, there's going to be problems you do that to me again. Man, I can't help it. This is how I talk. I say, this is how you talk, but when you go before the judge, right? When you go before the judges, you can call him that. You got selective, respect when it comes to a judge. I don't even respect that because I'm going through the same struggle that you're going through, and you respect the judge more than you respect me. You're not going to go up to the warden and talk to him like that. Don't talk to me like that. Give me more respect than you give him. You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm not oppressing you. So he tried it for a third time. And here's what I done instead of getting into a physical confrontation. I said, okay, here's what I'm going to call you from now on. And every time you're around your mans and all of them, I'm going to call you this. I'm going to call you D-I-C-K sucker. No, you can't. No, you a D-I-C-K sucker. This is what I'm going to call you. No, that's disrespectful. No, it's not disrespectful. I took something negative and I made it positive, and that's what I'm calling you. Oh, man, no. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, he said, man, I ain't going to do it no more. Lesson learned. And he never done it again. But the point that I'm making is all of us, labels can affect and influence each and every one of us. So we got to be careful with the labels that we place upon ourselves as well as the labels that we place upon other people. So I chose to place labels upon myself that I can live up to, and hopefully my message is clear. Azim Shakur Majid.
Absolutely.
Feel me?
I love you, cousin.
I love you too, cousin.